or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to Reynolds Razorback Stadium, home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. As we'll see the number 12 team in the country, the Houston Cougars, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Houston about to kick off to get things underway. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Quarterback empties his backfield. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to pass. It's Gossett. Finds his back in the middle. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Wants to go up top on first down. Might be looking to run. He's going to run it. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
It's so hard to defend these guys. You know, it's 1st and 10. Everything's available to you. You don't know if it's run or pass, and then you add in the scrambling element with the quarterback. He does a great job scrambling outside, getting outside the pocket, and then at the end of the play, not taking a hit, getting a first down, new set of downs for the offense.
Tight end finds a soft spot. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
And the Razorbacks will have it 1st and 10. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The Razorbacks come to the line in the hurry-up. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Takes the easy one to the back. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Snap it to the back. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arkansas! And the Hogs have put up the first touchdown of the game, and whooping.
Whooping, going nuts in the stands. Great fan base. They get excited, and you get out to the lead early, putting that score on the board. They are going nuts.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Returner's going to try to see what he can get. He's able to sneak his way across the 20 and steps out at the 21. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so possessions. Gets it out quickly. Good pickup, but a little bit short of the sticks. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Quick pass on the jet motion. Oh, he's got some space. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Dances away to buy time. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Makes a connection. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
Man, this offense is so dangerous. Dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Wants to go up top. He's going for the goal line. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on 1st down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. They go to the wide receiver screen. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Haul that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good to finish things off. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he's not going to take the touchback. Slips through the line. He'll bring it back out to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds there. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Dropping back, it's Gossett. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Lets it fly. Complete to the right. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
That's a really nice looking throw, and I'll tell you, he fits in great with this offense because there's been this philosophical shift recently in the SEC offensively. It used to be you had to run the football. High formation, 3 yards in a cloud of dust if you wanted to win. But today, though, you have got to be able to throw if you're going to win. You think about all the great offensive play callers now in the SEC, all the Heisman Trophy winners that have played recently at the QB position. You got to do it through the air, and this guy in Arkansas gives them a chance.
There he goes. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking downfield on first down. Gets it to him on the screen. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, there's something to be said for knowing on offense when the play is over. That guy didn't know that. That's a huge loss, and now they're right back to the line of scrimmage trying to go fast.
Wants to fire on second down. Finds his tight end. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw. It's Gossett. Looking to the big tight end. And the deflection by the defense brings up fourth down.
You got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Nestled just inside that right upright. And with that, they've taken the lead.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Offense ready to go back to work. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Quick strike complete. Fighting off the defender. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? The Cougars with a second and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, the ground game. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Picked off. What a play to set him up.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time. But you always, always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Grabbed behind the line. It's Wilkins. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
And, guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Gossett. Here's the pressure. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
4th down.
And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Good, right down the boulevard. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, they're still happy to get the field.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Sending the offense back onto the field. Things got off to a good start with a touchdown on the opening drive, and then quickly went to pot with a pick on the second one, and now they'll see if they can find the middle with this 3rd possession.
And just a great job by the defense being snappy, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To go up top. He lobs one high down the left side. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Now this offense is back on the field. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to throw, it's Gossett. Fires to the big fella. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job. They're
looking to throw on 2nd and short. and he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
And the Razorbacks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
And RD, it's completely changed the game. Like now it's 11-on-11 football. The quarterback used to hand it off and stand there and watch the play. Now he's very much involved in the play. He's running the football so much, and even when he's not, he's making somebody go with him and cover him. So
just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
when it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Razorbacks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll run play action. Using the quick game. Oh, he got loose. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. Handoff to the single back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the second level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
He might want another play. Gets the back moving. Back to pass. It's Gossett. He's got it and still on his feet. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
How many 1st downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
The Razorbacks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. The exclamation point on that drive.
Nice drive, nice touchdown. I love this offense's response to what happened a week ago. Listen, we're 0-1, so be it. Let's put the foot on the gas. Let's move forward, get better, and they have in Game 2 so far.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Miami has the lead right now, but this Canes crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet there in the 305. They're up by 7 over Georgia State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Blasted as he lets it go. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And you get more and more hits on the QB like this right there. More and more making him scramble out of the pocket to the right. that's winning, he's going to start to see ghosts. He'll start to panic. He'll start to speed up that processor. Nice job by the defense making that quarterback feel very, very uncomfortable.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. The give on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Got the quick pass. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. That penalty cost them a third down conversion, and now they'll have to try it from a little farther away. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. The give on the counter. Open space at the 25. All by himself down the middle. The 30. The 20. 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Cougars.
Man, that's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And they tacked on the extra point. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And how about putting up the points with a 91-yard touchdown run? They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Back to pass, it's Gossett. Working that left side now. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. And the Razorbacks want to pick up the tempo. To the air on first down. That one comes out hot down the right side. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Got room on the return. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. They'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. It's 1st and 5. The offense changing the play. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He's not afraid to go deep. And he's got it inside the 20. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. The give to the back. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Just a few seconds to go here in the first half, and they'll send out the field goal team. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. Put a 3 spot on the board as we finish quarter number 3. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Razorbacks will kick it away to start the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Houston offense once again. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
The Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Going to take a shot on second and short. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. It's complete on the right side. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Defense in press coverage. To throw again. A little release to the back. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Going to the ground.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find it. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Houston.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Baylor took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Bears that fired on all cylinders. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Send that offense back onto the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to throw, it's Gossett. He's got the tight end. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
Got like that big, reliable security. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Gets it to the back. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Gonna look downfield again. Fires to the tight end. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. And the Razorbacks are on the move. From the gun to give, looking for room. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Trying play action. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
It's a good young lesson for all young receivers out there. Never jump up and down waving your hands trying to get the attention of the quarterback, because guess what? All you're doing instead is getting the attention of the defense. They're able to run over and get the INT.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. The give to the tailback. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They'll ride the hot hand. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Then you hear about run blitzes. This is exactly what a run blitz is. When you know the ball's coming up the middle, you want to bring those linebackers, get them closer to the line of scrimmage, and fire. Right when the ball snapped, he's coming downhill, doing a good job creating the loss. That linebacker really knew what was going on.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, there's something you don't see very often. A quarterback overthrowing that guy with his type of speed. There aren't a lot of dudes that have the arm talent to overthrow him, but somehow we just saw it happen right there.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. He makes the catch. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to 1st down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw on 1st down. Steps away to find some room. Pressure's there, and he lets it go.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. This time he's got it. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. We reach the bridge. Arkansas has the lead. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. So 1st down will open up the final period. Quarterback on the keeper. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Lost yardage leaves them looking at 2nd and 14. Wants to go up top. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They go to the ground. Not much room to run. Give him one to the 7.
And ball security at this point is at a premium for this offense. You're backed up in your own end. You've got the lead, so you want to be able to run the football and stay on the field, bleed the clock. But you know the defense is going to be ripping away at it, right? They're going to be trying to get hats to the football and forcing a fumble. So whoever's got the ball has got to have 2 hands on it this drive.
They'll send the back in motion. Making side adjustments here. To the air. It's Gossett. Quarterback adapting. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Nice job by the quarterback trying to buy time and scrambling to the right, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The Razorbacks will bring the punt team onto the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. That is not what they were after. Bounces out of bounds at the 25, and they are set up with a golden opportunity to score. The Houston offense comes onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot. And now let's see if they can pull this one out. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him one to the 23.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. He stopped right there, short of the 1st down, and this defense trying to preserve the lead. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Between the uprights, it's good. And now they regain the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. FIU was able to cap off a close one inside Silva Stadium with a narrow victory. And that's the mark of a solid program. Pile up wins, build on games like these, and remain focused on the big picture. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Motion from the back. Looking for a man. It's Gossett. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. And the Razorbacks headed quickly to the line.
Brings up.
Great job by the defense that time, getting the sack. But no time to celebrate. You got to line up right now because the offense is going tempo.
Second down, he'll throw it. Oh, they're after him. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on third down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Got his man downfield. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds, marked it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Holds and fires it complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Might be changing the route. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. To the air, it's Gossett. Makes the grab on the left. And he's rolled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Dances away. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage. They've given up some plays. No big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass. Makes the catch. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks.
Talk about stepping up at a huge moment of the game. This guy's been relatively quiet throughout the game, but here in a 2-minute situation, he makes arguably the biggest play of the game so far for his offense. Nice job.
Power football with the run. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Well, I understand they're trying to catch the defense off guard by running the football, expecting them to be in some kind of zone coverage, but you're trailing late in the game. You're going to have to throw to win it, and that's what I'd expect them to do on this next play.
They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
If you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points, and this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
A manageable distance on third down as they try to convert from the 20. Looking to throw, it's Gossett. They're working that left side. Defense will take a timeout with 28 seconds left.
Yeah, and we talk about tackling as a defense all the time. Third down, money down. They catch the football. Nice job breaking on it, getting them on the ground, and not allowing any yards after the catch.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got a man. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
They're looking for an advantage to the right. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Arkansas.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's got it again. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Timeout is called with just a single second left. All the plays, all the plans, all the schemes, and it will be decided on this kick. Timeout is called with just a single second left. And this will be for the win. This field goal unit getting some serious run. They've already been out there 3 times. The kicker will try it again. Nerves of steel. Right down the boulevard on the game-winning chip shot. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those 2 teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these 2 squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation